In a bustling city of Owerri, John and Mary lived in a small but cozy apartment. Mary was 6 months pregnant, glowing with hope and love for the child growing inside her. John, however, seemed different lately. He would come home from work, tired and tense, and instead of supporting Mary, he would scold her for doing little things. "Why are you sitting there doing nothing? Your mother works hard for your father," John snapped one evening, waving his hands angrily. Mary lowered her eyes, feeling the sharpness of his words. She had cooked, cleaned, and even ironed his shirt, but nothing seemed enough for him. Mary whispered softly, "John, I am tired too. I am carrying our child." But John laughed harshly, dismissing her pain. "Tired? You are lazy. My mother birthed 5 children, farmed, cooked, and still looked beautiful. Why can't you do the same?" His words cut deeper than any knife. Every day became a battle. John called Mary names: fat, ugly, lazy, unfit to be a mother. He compared her to other women and mothers, telling her she was failing him. Even small things like her needing rest or struggling to carry groceries sparked anger. Mary tried to explain, "I am pregnant, John. My body is changing. I can't do everything like before." But John ignored her. "Excuses. Your mother pounds yam for my father. Your mother-in-law works in the farm. And you just sit there using this pregnancy as an excuse. I regret marrying you." Her heart hurt, but she continued to endure. Friends advised her to leave, but she loved John too much to walk away. She hoped he would understand one day, that he would see her pain and appreciate her sacrifices. Their apartment, once filled with laughter, now carried a heavy silence. The air felt tense, as if every corner was listening to John's criticism. Mary tried to smile, tried to cook meals that would please him, but nothing changed. John's mother even called, "Mary, I know it's hard, but you must stay strong." John doesn't understand yet. Mary forced a nod, feeling the weight of the words on her shoulders. Every word from John echoed in her mind, making her feel small and worthless. She wondered if he would ever understand. She longed for just one day of kindness, one word of appreciation, or a gentle touch that reminded her she was loved. One night, John came home unusually angry. He stormed into the living room, seeing Mary sitting with a book. "Why are you wasting time, you this lazy woman? You should be cleaning, cooking, preparing for this child," he shouted. Mary's eyes filled with tears. "John, I am doing my best. I am carrying your child. Please understand." But he shook his head. "You think I want excuses? You think I care?" His anger seemed endless, and Mary felt her hope slipping away. That night, she cried silently. She prayed for him, for their unborn child, and for a miracle that John would see her worth. She didn't know that a strange miracle was about to happen, one that would change everything. That night, John fell asleep, exhausted, still foaming. Suddenly, he found himself in a strange place, a dark room with an unfamiliar yet intimate feeling. And then he realized something impossible. He was pregnant. Every part of his body ached. Every movement felt heavy. He felt hunger, mood swings, and sharp pains that left him gasping. He struggled to walk, to breathe, to even sit. The world seemed distant, and yet every moment was torment. He cried out, "Why? Why is this happening?" And voices whispered around him, "This is the pain Mary feels every day." He turned, hoping to find someone, anyone, to help him. But he was alone, trapped in the torment of pregnancy. Days passed, or perhaps hours, in the dream. John felt every jab of hunger, every stab of vomiting, every kick that made his rib ache. He understood for the first time how heavy a belly could feel, how frightening it could be to carry life inside. He screamed in agony, begging for relief. "I can't do this. I can't. I am tired. I am weak." And yet, every time he begged, the pain came back stronger. He remembered every harsh word he had ever said to Mary, and guilt burned hotter than the pain itself. His body shook. He realized that Mary had been enduring this daily, enduring the physical pain and the emotional weight of his criticism without ever complaining. Then came the final moment, labor. John felt contractions tearing through him. Each wave of pain made him cry, scream, and beg. He experienced fear, helplessness, and raw vulnerability. He longed for someone to hold his hand, to comfort him, to tell him he was doing fine. In that moment, he realized how Mary must have felt every day, enduring his harsh words while her body suffered for their child. He could feel the miracle of life inside him, but it came at a cost he never imagined. And when the child finally emerged, he wept, not from pain, but from understanding. He finally grasped the strength and courage and endurance Mary has shown all this time. John woke up, drenched in sweat. His body ached, but the emotional impact of the dream was stronger. He looked at Mary, sleeping peacefully beside him, her hand resting gently on her swollen belly. Tears streamed down his face. "Mary, I am so sorry," he whispered. He touched her belly, feeling the child inside. The love he had buried under anger and pride now poured out freely. He vowed never to hurt her again, never to call her names, and to honor her for the sacrifices she made every day. Mary stared, sensing his hand. She opened her eyes and saw his tears. He smiled, a sincere, gentle smile that warmed her heart. From that day, John changed. He helped Mary with chores, rubbed her back, brought her water, and praised her courage. It took her so long to realize how beautiful and strong of a woman she is, and the heart of the family she is. Neighbors noticed the change. The man was used to scold and criticized, now carried groceries, cooked occasionally, and always asked if Mary was comfortable. His friends were amazed. "What happened, John?" they asked. He just smiled. "I learned what true love is." Mary's heart was light. She felt cherished, respected, and finally safe in her husband's care. Her laughter returned, filling the apartment with warmth and hope. John shared his dream with Mary, explaining how he had felt the pains of pregnancy and understood her suffering. Mary laughed through tears. "It took a dream for you to realize what I feel every day," she said, shaking her head in disbelief. He nodded, folding her hands tightly. "Yes, but now I see it all, and I will never let my anger hurt you again." Mary felt the weight of past pain lift off her shoulders, replaced by love and understanding. Their bond grew stronger. They talked about their dreams, fears, and hopes for their child. The house was alive with joy, and every moment of tension melted away. Today, together, they prepared for the arrival of their child. John painted the nursery, folded tiny clothes, and even learned how to prepare baby food. He watched Mary with admiration, seeing her as a goddess carrying their future. Mary noticed this dedication and smiled. "I feel safe now," she said softly. John kissed her forehead. "I promise, nothing will ever hurt you again." Every day became a celebration of love, patience, and teamwork. Friends and family saw the transformation and praised John for finally seeing the value of respect and understanding. John often thought about his dream, remembering the pain he endured. It reminded him that love is not just about words, it is about empathy, care, and action. He also realized how easy it is to take someone's sacrifices for granted. Mary, too, reflected on the journey. She realized forgiveness could heal even the deepest wounds. Together, they learned the importance of mutual respect, patience, and kindness. Their love became a lesson for everyone who knew them, a story of transformation, understanding, and the power of empathy. Months passed, and Mary gave birth to a healthy baby boy. John held him close, tears in his eyes. "You are a blessing, just like your mother," he whispered. Mary smiled, feeling the cycle of love complete. The experience changed John forever. Whenever he saw a pregnant woman, he would smile gently and offer help, remembering the pain he had felt in his dream. The city around them continued to bruise, but inside their apartment, peace and love reigned. Their little family was a beacon of hope and understanding. John and Mary's bond grew stronger every day. John became an advocate for empathy, patience, and appreciation in relationship. He told his friends and colleagues the story of his dream, teaching them the value of seeing life from another person's perspective. Mary laughed and helped John with his storytelling. They both knew that their journey, though painful, had transformed them into better people, ready to face life challenges together. Their baby grew up surrounded by love, laughter, and the example of parents who value each other deeply. Years later, John looked at Mary and their now playful child. He felt gratitude for the dream that changed his life. He whispered softly, "I will never forget what I felt, what I learned. You are my strength, my love, my everything." Mary smiled, holding his hand. and I will always be yours, as long as you remember to walk with me, side by side. In a bustling city, full of noise and distraction, they had found peace, love, and understanding. John had learned the hardest lesson in the gentlest way. Through the power of empathy, respect, and the life-changing love of a devoted wife.